Hello everybody and welcome back to Auto Anorak. Today we're going to be answering a question that I'm sure many of you have asked before, which is, how does Shmee150 afford his cars? Yes, today we're going to be figuring out how Shmee150 even began making so much money, what makes him so good at his YouTube job, and does he even have any real job? Let's get into that. Shmee150 and how he affords his cars.
Hi guys, I'm Shmee.
So let's start at the very beginning, because I think this is very interesting. Shmee has always had a very sort of tech-oriented mind. He began selling mobile phones to his peers during his time at school and eventually made it into a whole business and had his own tech shop in London at the age of 18, which is quite incredible. Apparently Shmee had a number of small businesses, so this is where you can see that entrepreneurial mindset that YouTubers have to have coming into play. Now Tim eventually sold some of these businesses and transferred a few things, but basically the moral of this short story is that Shmee has always been a very tech-oriented person, and eventually he ended up working on the tech side of a financial investment firm in the city of London, which, if you didn't know, is pretty high paying. As Tim did stuff like this, he began to get some contacts in the tech sector, and with him spotting supercars in London every day, he began to get some contacts in the car sector as well, the automotive sector, and these things kind of eventually intersected whenever he started having to source cars for different people for commission, obviously. So for example, someone calls you up and says, hey, I want to buy an Aston Martin 177, can you get one for me? He even ran the Aston Martin 177 registry, so he was doing all of these different things in the car world, and as his YouTube channel started to grow, he eventually realized the value in it and realized that potentially he should move away from his high-paying job in the city of London to do automotive YouTube. This was quite clearly a gamble, but that's the first thing that we've learned. Many people, I'm sure, will think that Shmee150 was given the money to buy his first supercars because I think his family is quite wealthy, but Shmee always had an entrepreneurial spirit. He was, yes, risk averse, but he did take risks, and the automotive YouTube sector was one of his first huge risks that thankfully paid off. And this is where we get on to why he's so good for this YouTube channel. Shmee, first of all, is very well spoken. He's great at presenting. He exerts a huge amount of enthusiasm to his viewers, which just kind of makes him infectious to watch. You feel like you're there, and you feel like you're both experiencing similar levels of excitement towards the cars that he's seeing. Next, and if I'm honest, this feels like Shmee's USP, his persistence, his drive that he has to do hard work. Now, a lot of people will see Shmee's job and think, okay, you're just chasing supercars around for a living. But this guy, he's working non-stop. I know people that have been around him that have like seen him working in person out at the Nürburgring, and apparently he just sits on his laptop and just gets in his zone and works non-stop and then films videos non-stop. This guy has a drive, a work ethic like no other. He's living the supercar dream, but I can certainly see how he's earned that kind of lifestyle. Whenever there's new car launches, Shmee will often start uploading the video while the conference is still going on about the car so that he can get the very first content out. He's an animal. And following on from this, Shmee always wants to solve problems. He's always looking for the next thing that he can do to make the channel better and improve it. The Shmee150 channel is not one that has stayed stagnant. He started filming supercars in London, just like Supercars of London, just like Marketing, basically the first guy I ended up watching. But he moved that on. He started filming stuff about the supercar dream, doing content of the Gumball Rally. Now he started doing Nürburgring content. In recent years, he's always also showing his car collection, the running costs, these sorts of burning questions that people are wanting to know about supercar lifestyle, and he's just kept expanding upon it. Obviously, another recent phenomenon is these huge road trips, which personally, I've got to say, I really love. I think road trips are one of the best parts about life in general. They allow you to experience cars and cultures in such an engaging way, and I think it's very entertaining for an audience to watch. So it's that constant development, that constant improvement, which is the same thing that I said on Stradman's video about why he's so wealthy, that really keeps bringing his channel to the next level. And coming on to one of the last reasons why Shmee is so rich, Shmee150 would not be Shmee150 without Shmark150. No, you're kidding me! got off the phone with the YouTube algorithm, guys. If you like this video, you're helping out the channel exponentially. I don't like to beg for likes, but liking the video helps spread this sort of video to more people. It helps more people enjoy this content, and it helps the Auto Anorak channel grow, which would just be incredible. My goal before summer is to hit 10,000 subscribers, so if you guys can make this happen, I'll figure out some sort of giveaway for you. So like the video, and I'll figure out some sort of giveaway that will help you guys out. Now, back to the video. Yes, Shmark is a guy, he obviously owns a BMW M2 and a Mini GP, but beyond that, Shmark is Shmee's manager, and he manages everything in the background. So I think he would maybe do some sort of editing every now and then, but really his main role is to manage the Shmee150 brand. That includes the shop, but more importantly, that includes stuff like figuring out if we can do certain press events, go to certain car launches, can we film the Porsche 911 GT3 at the Porsche factory. These are the sorts of things that he will do in the background that make sure that each video can actually happen, and it gives the time for Shmee to do the filming and for all of these opportunities to just be right there. From that, I'm pretty sure Shmark helps with advertising. Shmee, if you look at the amount of companies that have advertised him over the years, it is a huge eclectic list, and it has been right from the beginning. So you can see Shmee's business entrepreneurial mindset right there, and that he's always been trying to monetize this process to the fullest from the beginning, which, yeah, believe it or not, monetization makes money. And also in terms of monetization, Shmee is always a really polite, courteous guy. He does his best to do every car its due diligence and show the positive sides and aspects of a company rather than necessarily focusing on the bad parts. I think the worst thing I've ever said him say about a car is, ooh, that Ferrari California looks interesting, to a California that had an awful graffiti wrap on it. And it's this politeness, this courteousness that allows him to be so monetizable. Is that a word? We'll go with it anyway. It allows companies to want to invest in him and his brand because overall it's a positive brand and it's unlikely to spur up any conflict that would taint the brands that represent him. And before we end this video, if anyone wanted to know, he's estimated to make 15 to 250,000 pounds a year from estimated YouTube earnings, but to be honest, this isn't really a number that you should care much about because he will get the majority of his money from brand deals and things of that ilk. So that is it, how Shmee150 makes his money in a short, sweet summary. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope that it answered a question that maybe some of you have been asking yourselves. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm gonna go and enjoy this beautiful day here in Northern Ireland. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.